Canada Asylum in 2025 to 2026, new rules, cheap, fast and easy. Imagine stepping off a plane into Canada, heart pounding, burdened with fear, yet holding a single hope, that Canada will protect you. But in 2025, claiming asylum in Canada is not as simple as it once was. New rules, stricter ineligibilities, and backlogs mean that timing and preparation can make all the difference. In this video, Travel Tree guides you step by step: when is the best time, what changed in 2025 to 26, how to apply fast, cheaply, and properly, and what a layman must absolutely know. It's to remind you that this video is a bit lengthy because we have tried our best to make the things understandable to each level, and request not to skip any part as each part has its own importance and is linked with each other. Let's map your path to safety in Canada. 1. Why timing matters. When is the best time to claim asylum? The ideal time to claim asylum is as soon as you are able once you are physically in Canada or at a Canadian border, particularly before any ineligibility rules apply. Delaying your claim risks losing access to a full hearing. As of June 3, 2025, proposed changes under the Strong Borders Act introduce two critical ineligibility rules. If you file a claim more than 1 year after arrival in Canada, for arrivals after June 24, 2020, your claim may not be referred to the Immigration and Refugee Board, IRB, for a full hearing. If you entered irregularly, for example, crossing from the U.S., and file your claim later than 14 days after entry, your claim may also not be referred to a full hearing. Those who miss these windows may still apply for a pre-removal risk assessment, PRRA, but the success rate is lower than in a full hearing. Therefore, from 2025 onward, it is much more important to file early. Waiting months will reduce your options. In 2026, the same rules are expected to continue or even tighten, so the sooner you act after arrival, or while on status, the better. So, in short, the best time is immediately upon arrival, or as soon as possible while you still have status in Canada. 2. What are the new 2025 rules, or proposals, to claim asylum? Here's a summary of key changes and proposals relevant from 2025 onward. A. Strong Borders Act and new ineligibility rules. The Strong Borders Act, introduced June 3, 2025, includes rules to prevent misuse and reduce backlog. As noted, the 1-year rule and 14-day rule limit access to full IRB hearings for late or delayed claims. Claims not referred to IRB due to ineligibility must use PRRA or other protection streams. B. Requirement of physical presence and complete claims. Under reforms, only asylum claims made while the claimant is physically present in Canada will be decided by the IRB. Claimants will be required to submit complete claims upfront to speed referral to the IRB, i.e. more forms and supporting evidence earlier in the process. C. Identification Document Reform, RPID replacing RPCD. Canada has replaced the Refugee Protection Claimant Document, RPCD, with a Refugee Protection Identity Document, RPID, issued when a claim is deemed eligible. The RPID has 6 years validity and serves as proof of identity, enabling work permits, provincial services, and health coverage. Existing RPCDs remain valid until expiry. Claimants do not need to reapply immediately. D. Stronger cancellation powers for temporary documents. As of January 31, 2025, RCC has added authority to cancel temporary resident documents, TRVs, ATAs, work permits, study permits, if the person becomes inadmissible or no longer meets eligibility. This means if authorities suspect misrepresentation or changed circumstances, your legal stay could be cancelled. E. Reductions in refugee sponsorship programs. Canada has paused some new private refugee sponsorships, groups of 5, community organizations, through the end of 2025, due to an oversupply of applications. The number of people to be admitted as refugees or protected persons is expected to slightly decline, 58,350 in 2025, 55,350 in 2026. 3. What is the best, economical, easy, and fast procedure to apply? First, a caveat: there's no magic, fast lane for asylum. Each case depends on complexity, country of origin, and backlog. But there are strategies to make your application more efficient and increase your chance of success. Strategy tips. File as soon as possible. As discussed, early filing avoids triggering ineligibility. It also gives you maximum time for preparing evidence and reduces risk of rejection on procedural grounds. Make your claim at a port of entry or inland IRCC office. You can claim at a Canadian border crossing, airport, or inside Canada at an IRCC office. The port of entry claim is often more straightforward. Prepare a strong basis of claim (BOC) form. That is your narrative, your background, persecution, supporting documents. A well-prepared BOC early can reduce delays, questions, and requests for more info. Use limited, strategic legal help or pro bono services. Hiring full legal representation throughout may be expensive, but limited help, reviewing BOC, coaching you for hearing, can reduce errors, delays, and costly appeals. Organize evidence and supporting documents carefully. Submit everything early: identity documents, country reports, medical or police reports, witness statements. This avoids multiple rounds of document requests. Stay in legal status while waiting. If you're inside Canada on a temporary visa, visitor, student, worker, do not overstay. Staying legal helps avoid removal and strengthens your credibility. If claim is rejected, consider appeal or PRRA early. You have to act quickly on refusals to preserve your chance of review. In short, the best procedure is the one combining speed, filing immediately, economy, minimal but strategic legal support, and completeness, strong claim from start. 4. Expenditure/cost of applying for asylum. Canada does not charge a government filing fee to submit a refugee claim. However, there are indirect costs. A. Legal/representative fees. Many refugee lawyers use flat fee models for hearings. These can range from $4,500 Canadian dollars to $10,000 Canadian dollars depending on complexity, location, appeals, etc. Some lawyers package fees: initial BOC preparation, hearing, appeals. Some consultants/firms charge smaller portions: BOC preparation $500 to $1,200, hearing support $1,500 to $4,000, appeal support $2,000 to $5,000. In Ontario, PAC's law charges approximate $5,040 Canadian dollars for main applicant plus $1,000 Canadian dollars per co-applicant. B. Translation/document costs. If your evidence is in a foreign language, you must pay for certified translation. Also, obtaining police reports, medical reports, affidavits, etc., can incur local costs. C. Travel/accommodation/logistics. Going to IRCC offices, interviews, hearings, travel costs, staying in Canada while waiting, etc. D. Personal living costs. While waiting, you must support yourself: housing, food, transport. Some refugee claimants may receive settlement support from government programs or NGOs, but often modestly. E. Administrative/miscellaneous costs. Photocopying, mailing, courier, obtaining supporting documents abroad, etc. So while there is no direct application fee, the realistic cost can vary from a few thousand to tens of thousands of Canadian dollars depending on how much legal representation you use, appeal steps, complexity of your case. The Parliamentary Budget Officer estimated that the government cost per refugee claim, i.e. public cost, is about $16,500 Canadian dollars, range $9,055 Canadian dollars to $40,814 Canadian dollars, including administrative, support, appeals, etc. 5. How a layperson, non-lawyer, can apply, step-by-step guide. Here's a simplified, practical roadmap to apply as a layman. This is not legal advice, but a practical outline. Step 1. Entry/arrival in Canada. Enter Canada through a port of entry, airport, land border, sea. At immigration, tell the officer you wish to claim refugee protection. Alternatively, if already inside Canada, e.g. visitor, student, worker, you can go to a local IRCC office to make a claim. Step 2. Eligibility screening and basis of claim form. An immigration or border officer will assess your eligibility. If eligible, you are given a basis of claim, BOC, form, basis of claim for refugee protection, which you must fill out, describing your life, persecution, evidence, reasons you cannot return, supporting documents. Usually you must file the BOC within 15 days of referral. Step 3. Submission to IRB, Refugee Protection Division, RPD. Your complete claim, including BOC, supporting evidence, identity documents, translations, etc., is referred to the IRB's Refugee Protection Division, RPD, for a hearing. You will receive a hearing date. Step 4. Prepare for the hearing. Prepare your testimony, witness statements, supporting documents. Consider consulting a lawyer or accredited representative to review your case or coach you. You may be asked by the IRB to submit further documents in advance. Step 5. Attend the hearing. At the hearing, you present your case, your story, evidence, answer panel questions. The IRB hearing takes evidence and arguments from both sides, you and government. Step 6. Decision. The IRB issues a decision: accept your refugee claim, you become a protected person, or reject. If accepted, you can pursue permanent residence. If rejected, you may have rights of appeal, RAD, or judicial review or apply for PRRA. Step 7. Appeal/PRRA, if required. If rejected, you may appeal to the Refugee Appeal Division, RAD. If your claim is ineligible for IRB referral, apply for PRRA to ask for protection. Prepare evidence again, respond to requests, possibly a hearing. Step 8. After acceptance. Apply for permanent residence as a protected person. Use your RPID, or protection documents, to get work permit, provincial health, social support. Integrate language classes, settlement services, etc. Throughout, keep copies of everything, maintain communication addresses, show up on time, keep your status valid, respond to all requests. What documents do you need to claim asylum in Canada? Alright friends, now let's talk about one of the most crucial parts of your asylum claim, the documents and evidence. This part can truly make or break your case. Whether you're sitting across from a border officer, submitting your basis of claim form, or standing before a judge in a hearing, your story needs proof. It's not enough to say what happened. You need to show it, with documents, records, and anything that backs you up. So let's break this down into categories. Don't worry, we'll explain it in a simple way, just like we do here at Travel Tree. First, your identity documents. You must show who you are and where you're from. That means gathering your passport, national ID cards, birth certificate, family registration forms, voter cards, anything official with your name and your country on it. This helps confirm your age, nationality, and identity, which is the foundation of your claim. Next, your entry, visa, and travel documents. Canada will want to know, how did you get here, and when? So keep your entry stamp, visa copies, flight tickets, or any record of travel, even emails or travel itineraries. This proves when you entered Canada, and can also help in showing whether you meet certain deadlines for your claim. Third, proof of persecution or threats. This is the heart of your case. You need to show what happened to you or what threats you face if you return. That includes police reports, medical records from injuries, arrest warrants, photographs, news articles, witness statements, or letters from people back home. Even if the documents come from your home country, they matter. Also include country reports from organizations like the UN or Amnesty International to show what others are facing in your region. Fourth, medical, psychological, or trauma-related evidence. If your claim involves torture, abuse, trauma, or serious medical issues, then you should try to get doctor's reports, hospital records, psychological evaluations, or PTSD diagnoses. This can be especially important in cases involving domestic violence, sexual orientation, or war trauma. Fifth, country condition reports. These are documents that support your story indirectly, by showing the situation in your country. Use reports from trusted organizations like UNHCR, Human Rights Watch, or Amnesty International. They explain why your fear is real, not just for you, but for others like you. Also include relevant news articles and human rights alerts. Sixth, witness statements and letters. You're not alone in this story. Others who know you can help you tell it. That includes letters or sworn affidavits from friends, family, neighbors, former colleagues, or community members, especially those who witnessed your situation or who you stayed in contact with. Their words can support your own testimony and show consistency. Seventh, financial, work, and education records. To explain your background, gather documents like job contracts, pay slips, school diplomas, university records, and work certificates. This can help show your social or political involvement, your economic situation, or any reasons you were targeted. Eighth, translation and sworn certification. If your documents are not in English or French, Canada won't accept them just like that. They must be translated by a certified translator, and the translation must be signed and sworn. Without proper translation, even strong evidence can be rejected. Ninth, proof of staying in Canada, if already inside the country. If you're applying after being in Canada for some time, you'll need to show you've been here legally. So keep your visitor visa, work permit, study permit, or any entry stamp or status document. This helps prove you were in Canada legally, or at least that you didn't hide or delay without reason. 10th, if you filed late, evidence explaining the delay. Sometimes, people don't apply for asylum right away, and Canada will ask why. To justify a delay, provide any evidence of medical emergencies, travel issues, communication records, or personal crises that show why you couldn't apply sooner. You have to prove your delay was reasonable. And finally, your immigration and legal correspondence. Keep every piece of paper from IRCC, CBSA, the Immigration and Refugee Board, or any legal advisor. This includes hearing notices, interview letters, refusals, or communications. It helps track your case and avoid missing critical steps or deadlines. Final advice. Always make copies, keep digital scans, physical folders, and don't give away your originals unless required. And remember, it's better to oversubmit than to miss one key piece that could have helped your claim. 7. Strengths and pitfalls in 2025-26 to watch out for. Because of the new ineligibility rules, delays or ignorance can cost you a full hearing. Entering irregularly and filing after 14 days may prevent referral to full hearing. If you are already inside Canada and waiting to make a claim, do not overstay, lose status, or delay. New authority to cancel TRVs/ADAs means your temporary documents may be revoked. Avoid misrepresentation. The backlog is serious, many claims are pending, delays in hearing scheduling are common. Claims from visa-exempt countries arriving via ETA cost, public cost, are high in backlog. Sometimes, appeals take years. Be mentally prepared, maintain status, seek legal help for appeals. The sponsor refugee route is limited in 2025, private sponsorship is paused in many cases. Some claims might be refused or turned back under the Safe Third Country Agreement or rules that send asylum seekers back to the U.S. Friends, step into our story. You have fled danger, you arrive in Canada. Your heart says, I must ask for protection right now. In 2025, Canada's system will change. No more leeway for months of delay. If you wait too long, you may lose your right to a full hearing. So here's your battle plan. Speak up immediately, at the border or IRCC office, say, "I claim asylum." Prepare your story carefully, fill out the basis of claim form, gather identity papers, evidence, translations. Submit a strong, complete application so IRB can accept it quickly. Keep your legal status while the case proceeds. Don't overstay. Attend your hearing and present your evidence. If rejected, appeal or PR, but act fast. And remember, Canada does not charge you a filing fee for a refugee claim. But legal help, translations, and everyday survival while waiting will cost. In 2025 to 26, the earlier you file, the safer your path. Any delay might push you out of the hearing window. If you like, do subscribe Travel Tree.